Well, hello, my friends. It has been almost 2 months since I have actually posted anything. Welcome to Knitting and Grieving Podcast on the Dead Knitter Society YouTube channel. My name is Mira, and this is my little corner, which has been pretty quiet, of the internet, where I talk about the intersection of fiber arts and grief. Today is Friday, October 31st. 2025. I am recording this now. I will likely post it at some point over the weekend because it's occurring to me that I'm coming up on a year of having been doing these podcasts, and I wanted to make sure that I actually put something up. I think my last episode was the first week that I started my final internship for my graduate program. I have less than 6 months to go. Holy moly. When I think back, I pulled the trigger on going to graduate school because Mom had kind of rebounded, and I was like, okay, I have space to do this now. And then, in that first semester of my program, she really declined very steeply and quickly. And it really kind of changed everything. And I was reflecting on, that I've been doing this program through the death of my mother and through my own very serious illness and surgery and trying to raise teenagers and emerging adults. And it's just been so much. And now we're kind of witnessing the fall of the Western civilization that I call home. And it just really feels like a lot all of the time. So in this time where it feels like so much is being destroyed, I am really focusing on making and creativity as my own, I guess, resistance to keep me hopeful and connected and feeling like my small kind of circle of control has some meaning and beauty, if that makes any sense. So you can see you're actually getting to see my little spinning wheel. This is kind of my Saturday in the week. I am spinning up some merino silk that I got from an Etsy shop called Chameleon Fiber Arts. I really do enjoy her fiber. This has been a harder spin. I definitely am trying to figure out the balance between overspin, underspin where it's just breaking, and then the real slipperiness of the merino and the silk together. But I think when I put it together, it'll be really nice. I am not sure that I even posted about going to Vermont Sheep and Wool a month ago. I got a bunch of fiber. I got here, let's give a little pause. I did finish my Silverberg tea, believe it or not. So I got this just natural undyed Finn. That's the name of the breed. I don't know. I got to meet the sheep. This is very crimpy fiber, and it actually had a fair amount of vegetable matter in it. So I think I have 4-ounce balls of roving. I am going to kind of pick through that a little bit more carefully before I spin that up. And then I also got some dyed fiber that I believe is I want to say it's a Corriedale blend, but it's dyed, hand dyed. It's beautiful. It's almost like watercolory. And I am going to try to make a colorwork top out of that. So stand by. I also have been sewing. It's in the wash, but I finished a pajama top, and I am, can't really see them, but I'm wearing the Nocturne pants. The patterns and the classes that I've been taking is by Sew Liberated. And if you want to get into sewing, they have not paid me. I cannot recommend their classes enough. Step by step, you are learning along with someone. And it's all very, it's garment-based classes, which is perfect for my little ADHD brain that needs to learn by doing. So I've been thoroughly enjoying that. I am currently working on, it's called the Studio Tunic. Now, would I make this garment for myself, like, because I think it's going to be part of a capsule wardrobe? Probably not, but it's going to be fun. And I'm learning new skills that I will be able to apply to the pants that I really, really want to make, and those are next up. So, oh, I'm not moving the fiber along fast enough as I'm chatting here. So yes, tomorrow All Saints Day? I think it is. Because tonight is All Hallows Eve, tomorrow is Saints Day. You know, it's interesting. I've been talking to some people who've been like, yeah, no, I watch you. I listen to you. I love how you talk about grief. Thank you guys so much for the kindness that you have showed me. And a lot of people in the audience are not crafters. So, I am really starting to consider just having grief talks and then having some making content, because I enjoy getting to share about that, and it keeps me motivated to like finish things and learn new things and kind of process my learning a little bit. But I also understand that, you know, my grief is inexorably entwined with fiber, because that was such a connecting thing for my mom and I, particularly at the end of her life. So bear with me. So I'm not going to do any show and tell today, except for like the stuff that I have right around my spinning wheel. Like, I mean, I've been really spinning a fair amount. Like I have this is a second batch of, this is also from Chameleon Fiber. And it's like an art merino but a different amount of silk. And I think it's a slightly actually lower micron or higher micron, toothier, not quite as slippery. But then like I also did this very fun, Bella calls this old 80s couch colorway. I need to twist this up. I think I'm gonna make like some mitts or something with this because it's just fun. So yeah, I've been, you know, amongst all of the schoolwork and internship and life and trying to still recover from the surgery 7 months later, I am just kind of a little bit feeling somewhat underwater, you know, but trying to not be a meme and tread on my spinning wheel. I have an event coming up. The hospice that took care of my mom, they do grief events like twice a year. And the December event is called Lights of Remembrance. And I was asked to speak at that, which I am so deeply honored by that opportunity. And so that is the first week of December. They do live stream it, but I will certainly make sure that I'm sharing, you know, a recording of that. I have that mostly written up, kind of talking about my understanding of grief and my relationship to it and the journey that I've had to get there. Not very long. I think I'm supposed to keep it like under 10 minutes. And you know me, I have lots of words. So, yeah. Yeah, so I did want to just pop in, say that I'm still here. I am going to be finishing my turnstone tank this weekend. I only have like 4 more inches on the body to knit, and that pattern will be released next week. So I will make sure that I get a picture and the pattern link up here. It has been interesting knitting with linen, or something that has no wool in it. My hands don't love that, but the fabric it's making is quite nice. So I've had that going really kind of monogamously since I finished my Silverberg tee, which I can't remember. I don't think I got to. So of course my alarm went off, haha, and I don't even remember what I set that alarm to remind me of. Fine, no worries, whatever. So the front panel of the lace, somehow when I set up the raglan increases, I screwed up. It was not the pattern. I screwed up and I did not center it. And I stared at that front panel for 2.5 months. and I didn't catch it until I went to block it. So now I'm actually just wearing that tee backwards because the yarn is so beautiful and I can't bring myself to frog it and reknit it right now. And as long as my hair is down, no one is the wiser. This feels like a giant shift as a recovering perfectionist to actually be willing to do this. Not gonna lie. I had big feelings about it when I was first trying to figure out what do I do with this giant mistake that I made. Yeah, isn't that cute? So cute. So yeah, I think for the rest of the year, I was kind of looking at it. I really just want to work on finishing the whips that I want to finish. Like I want to finish my 2 rats that are still pending. They have the body. I need to do ears, legs, and then sew their little eyes and whiskers on. That is like one night's work if I would just sit down and do it. Hi, ADHD. My name is Mira. I have it. I have a sweater repair that I need to do for a friend that I really want to get done like for Christmas for her. And then I have a couple other things in my mending basket that like have been sitting there and I really need to take care of. I have the Pixie cardigan that I never did finish because I'm sitting there on Sleeve Island. I saw somewhere on Threads that like, you know, the body of the sweater is like 80% of the work, but the sleeves take 80% of the time and never have truer words been spoken. I am still trying to figure out if I'm just going to continue that Nordiska sweater or if I am going to frog that, steam the yarn, and just start that one over. Because I do want to try to go into 2026 like without stuff kind of lingering and really just a clear plan of here are the garments that I want to add to my wardrobe. That's a different statement than garments that I want to knit. What do I want to have in my wardrobe? Create a make 9. I'm sure this will become a podcast episode setting up my making journal. And I think I am going to make it a making journal and include sewing projects into my 2026 book. Just because having too many books floating around is like classic ADHD Mira. And then I lose them and then I don't keep them up. And so I think I'm just going to have, you know, one book to rule them all. And put my sewing and spinning and knitting all in one place. And who knows, maybe I'll get my looms out next year. Who am I kidding? Realistically, I am holding on to the tailgate of the struggle bus until I graduate on May 9th of 2026. Your girl is tired. Grad school has never been easy, but definitely this practicum is intense and the coursework is really, really starting to be just a lot to process. So, but you know, I'm here and I'm doing it and I am hanging on to that ridiculous GPA that my self-worth is so securely attached to. Because at this point, like letting go of that after all that I have been through and maintained a 4.0 with, I'm not willing to let it go. So, you know, here we are. But yeah, that's what I've got going on in my world. I have missed talking with y'all so much. Certainly if you see this and you're returning, please drop me a comment. Let me know how you've been. I'm really looking forward to, like, particularly once grad school is over, making this like a larger portion of my creative existence. Just kind of the reflecting on things in this way. So I really want to hear how you've been doing. I want to hear what you want to hear about. Like, are you here for the grieving? Are you here for the knitting and the making? Are you here for the everything? Let me know. Is there stuff you want to be talking about? And then if you have some projects that you're excited about and you want to share, drop me links. If you're on Ravelry or if you keep can we bring back blogs? I kind of want to bring back my blog. I used to keep a blog in like 2012. And I kind of sometimes really want to bring that back. To also have like, pictures, and that used to be Instagram. Instagram used to be just the pictures and not really so much the talking, and now it's a lot of video, and I have video here, but you know, places to kind of go through the process of making stuff. I don't know. I am definitely starting to like look forward into 2026 and like see a life after graduate school, which looks pretty cool. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the extra time. Honest to God, I do not. So with that being said, I'm going to finish, get to a good point here. Finish is probably a little much, but I'm going to get to a good point here. I'm going to work out. At some point, I'm going to edit this. Maybe I'll even put up some pictures of the things I've been doing. And I'm so, so glad to be back. Thank you for coming in to listen. And let's have a conversation in the comments. I wish you so much love in your heart. Please be good to each other. See you next time.